Welcome to How Things Work, simply, where we explore the hidden technology that keeps our modern world moving forward every single day. The modern Windvane self-steering system is a masterpiece of mechanical engineering, allowing sailboats to navigate vast oceans without consuming a single watt of electricity. It is a testament to the idea that complex problems like long-distance navigation do not always require complex, power-hungry digital solutions to be solved. Imagine the vast open ocean at sunset, where a solo sailor stands at the wheel, feeling the weight of hours of manual labor in their tired arms. The constant need to hold a course for days on end is the primary challenge that has driven sailors to seek automated solutions for decades. Tracing its origins to the innovative work of British officer Blondie Hasler, these systems were born from the necessity of solo sailors needing to sleep. Hasler was a man of vision, a Royal Marine who understood that the key to long-distance sailing was removing the human from the constant steering loop. His early designs were experimental, yet they proved that a mechanical device could successfully hold a course across the Atlantic during the first O-Star race. The Jester, his famous 5-foot folk boat, became the testbed for a system that allowed him to steer from the comfort of his cabin. The system later evolved significantly when Swiss engineer Hans Bernhard introduced the servo pendulum paddle, a breakthrough that changed everything for offshore sailors. This specific innovation allowed the Windvane to become sensitive enough to steer in light winds while remaining powerful enough to handle heavy, stormy seas. Today, renowned brands like Monitor, Hydrovane, and Windpilot continue to refine these principles, having guided tens of thousands of ocean crossings over the last 60 years. These machines stand as silent sentinels on the transoms of boats, working tirelessly to keep the vessel on its intended path through day and night. At its core, the system functions on the simple physical principle that the apparent wind remains constant as long as the boat maintains a steady heading. The apparent wind is the wind the boat feels while moving, a combination of the true wind and the wind created by the boat's own forward motion. If the boat wanders even a few degrees off its intended course, the angle of the wind hitting the sails and the vane changes instantly. This shift in wind angle is the primary signal that the system uses to detect that the boat has deviated from its chosen path. When a wave or gust pushes the boat off course, the vertical wind vane blade acts as a sensitive sensor, immediately detecting the shift in wind angle. The blade itself is carefully balanced on a pivot axis, standing upright above the transom, waiting for the slightest change in the surrounding airflow. It is shaped like an elongated teardrop to minimize drag and maximize its ability to react to the lightest of breezes. When the boat is perfectly on course, the wind strikes both sides of the vane equally, keeping the blade vertical and the entire system completely still. In this state, the boat is balanced, and the wind vane is merely waiting, poised to react the moment the equilibrium is disturbed. However, the moment the boat turns, the wind pressure on one side of the vane becomes greater than the other, causing the blade to tilt. This mechanical tilt acts as a signal, a tiny physical movement that the system's linkage converts into a powerful force for steering the boat. The linkage is a series of rods, or cables, that translate the vane's movement into a rotational force directed toward the water below. This movement is transmitted via a mechanical linkage to a servo paddle, which is submerged deep in the water at the stern of the sailboat. The servo paddle is the true genius of the design, acting as a bridge between the wind's invisible energy and the physical movement of the rudder. As water flows past the hull, it catches the angled paddle, generating significant mechanical force that pulls on control lines connected to the tiller or wheel. The water itself provides the power, amplifying the tiny signal from the wind vane into the heavy-duty force required to turn a large boat's rudder. This elegant feedback loop automatically corrects the boat's heading, steering the vessel back to its original path without any human intervention or electrical power. The force generated by the water is immense, often far greater than what a human could exert on a tiller for hours at a time. As the boat returns to its intended course, the wind vane blade returns to its vertical position, and the servo paddle returns to a neutral state. The system then waits, silent and ready, for the next wave or gust that might threaten to push the boat off its chosen path once again. This entire sequence of detection, transmission, amplification, and actuation happens in less than 2 seconds, creating a seamless and continuous steering cycle. It is a process that repeats thousands of times during a single ocean crossing, working tirelessly while the sailor rests or attends to other tasks. The beauty of the system lies in its mechanical simplicity and its ability to function in the most remote parts of the ocean. Knowing how it works is only half the battle, as the effectiveness of the system relies heavily on the sailor's ability to properly set it up. Before engaging the system, the boat must be balanced under sail, as a wind vane cannot overcome a boat that is poorly trimmed or unbalanced. The goal is to achieve a slight weather helm, which is a gentle, natural tendency for the boat to want to turn into the wind. If the boat has lee helm, where it constantly wants to turn away from the wind, the vane will fight the boat and eventually fail. This balance is achieved by adjusting the tension on the sails and the position of the mast to ensure the boat tracks straight. Once the sails are trimmed, the sailor must steer the boat manually onto the desired course and hold it steady for several minutes. This patience allows the sails to settle and ensures that the boat is actually capable of maintaining that specific heading on its own. The sailor watches the compass, ensuring the heading is consistent before committing the boat to the wind vane's control. Next, the sailor locks the wind vane blade so it faces directly into the apparent wind, matching the current direction of the airflow perfectly. This alignment is crucial, as any error here will cause the boat to steer a course that is slightly off from the intended destination. With the blade set, the clutch is released, and the control lines are connected to the tiller or wheel, effectively bringing the system to life. The sailor feels the tension in the lines as the system takes over, watching as the rudder begins to make small, corrective movements. The sailor must then observe the system for at least 10 minutes to ensure the corrections are small, rhythmic, and keeping the boat on track. During this observation period, the sailor looks for signs of struggle, such as the rudder moving too far or the boat oscillating off course. Many sailors find that the most common reason for failure is not a mechanical issue, but simply failing to balance the boat before engaging. A well-trimmed boat is the foundation of a successful wind vane setup, allowing the machine to do its job with minimal effort. Once the system is running, fine-tuning the gear ratio allows the sailor to adjust how much the rudder moves in response to wind shifts. More gear is typically used for light winds, while less gear is preferred for strong winds where the boat responds much more quickly to input. This adjustment ensures the system remains responsive without being overly aggressive, which can lead to unnecessary wear on the components. Regular checks are essential, and experienced sailors will inspect the system every 30 minutes to ensure everything is still functioning as expected. If the wind shifts significantly, the vane must be reset to the new apparent wind direction to maintain the desired course across the water. This constant monitoring is part of the rhythm of life at sea, a way of staying connected to the boat and the environment. Despite its reliability, a wind vane is not entirely maintenance-free, as the harsh, salty environment of the ocean is relentless on moving parts. The salt spray can crust over bearings and linkages, requiring regular cleaning and lubrication to keep everything moving smoothly. The servo paddle bearing is the most heavily loaded component and must be lubricated every 24 hours to prevent binding and excessive wear. This daily ritual is a small price to pay for the freedom and autonomy the wind vane provides during long passages. Control lines are also prone to stretching over time, so they require periodic inspection and retensioning to keep the steering response crisp and accurate. Worn lines should be replaced before they snap, as a failure in the middle of the night can be a significant inconvenience. There are 3 primary limitations to keep in mind, starting with boat speed, which is critical for the system to generate enough steering force. Below approximately 2 knots, there is insufficient water flow past the servo paddle, meaning the system loses its ability to steer the boat effectively. In these light air conditions, the sailor must be prepared to take the helm or use an alternative method of steering. The second limitation is sea state, as large following seas can sometimes cause the stern to lift, momentarily pulling the paddle out of the water. When the paddle is out of the water, it cannot provide the necessary leverage to move the rudder, leading to a temporary loss of control. The boat may yaw or broach in these conditions, requiring the sailor to intervene until the sea state stabilizes. The third limitation is sailing dead downwind, where the apparent wind is at its lowest and the vane may struggle to detect small changes. In these conditions, the airflow over the vane blade is often too weak to provide a reliable signal, making the steering feel sluggish or unresponsive. The vane may hunt back and forth as it tries to find a stable wind angle that does not exist in the dead downwind orientation. Experienced sailors know to sail 10 to 15 degrees off dead downwind, which keeps enough apparent wind across the blade to maintain steady control. This small adjustment is often enough to restore the system's sensitivity and keep the boat moving efficiently toward its destination. It is common for a system that has worked for thousands of miles to suddenly fail during a coastal approach due to dropping boat speeds. When the wind dies down near the shore, the sailor must be ready to switch to hand steering or an electronic autopilot to finish the journey. This transition is a standard part of the arrival process, ensuring the boat remains under control until it is safely anchored or docked. Installation is another critical factor, as the wind vane must be mounted securely to the transom using substantial backing plates for support. The mounting must be rigid, as any flex in the bracket will absorb the energy that should be going into the steering mechanism. The servo paddle can exert hundreds of pounds of force under full deflection, so the mounting bracket must be able to handle that stress. Professional installation often involves custom fabrication to ensure the system is perfectly aligned with the boat's centerline. Control lines should be routed with as few friction points as possible, as every block or fair lead adds resistance that reduces the system's sensitivity. Straight, clean runs for the lines are essential for the system to react quickly and accurately to the movements of the vane. On wheel-steered boats, the lines are typically connected to a drum on the wheel shaft, while tiller boats use a direct, quick-release fitting. The connection to the wheel or tiller must be secure, yet easy to disconnect in an emergency when manual control is required. A proper dock test is mandatory after installation, where the sailor pushes the tiller by hand to watch the paddle respond and check for binding. This test confirms that the linkage is free and that the paddle moves in the correct direction to counteract the tiller movement. If the system moves smoothly and without resistance during the dock test, it is usually a good sign that the installation was successful. The sailor should also check for any interference with the rudder or other stern equipment, ensuring the system has a clear range of motion. Once installed and tested, the wind vane becomes a permanent and reliable part of the boat's equipment, ready for any voyage. The wind vane remains one of the most elegant machines ever devised for a sailboat, representing a perfect harmony between nature and mechanics. It requires no electricity, no complex computer chips, and no circuit boards, relying instead on the simple, predictable laws of physics to function. This lack of reliance on power makes it an ideal choice for long-distance cruisers who want to minimize their electrical consumption. By harnessing the energy of the wind and the water, it provides a level of autonomy that has empowered sailors to cross oceans for generations. Whether you are a long-distance cruiser or just an enthusiast of clever engineering, the wind vane stands as a testament to human ingenuity at sea. It is a machine that respects the environment, using the very forces that propel the boat to also guide its path across the water. As the sun sets over the horizon, the wind vane continues its silent work, keeping the boat on course through the long, dark hours ahead. The sailor can rest easy, knowing that the mechanical partner at the stern is watching the wind and adjusting the rudder as needed. Successfully operating a wind vane requires careful preparation and a deep understanding of its physical limitations in the open ocean. It is a skill that develops over time, as the sailor learns to read the wind and the boat's behavior in different conditions. Before engaging the system, a sailor must ensure the boat is balanced with a slight, consistent amount of weather helm. This balance is the key to a smooth and effortless steering experience, allowing the vane to work in harmony with the boat's natural tendencies. A poorly trimmed vessel will constantly fight the vane, leading to inefficient corrections and excessive strain on the mechanical components. The sailor learns to recognize the signs of an unbalanced boat and makes the necessary adjustments to the sails before engaging the system. Once the boat is properly balanced and the course is steady, the vane is aligned precisely with the apparent wind angle. With the control lines engaged, the system begins its silent work, but the sailor's responsibility for maintenance has only just begun. The harsh ocean environment demands daily lubrication of the servo paddle bearing to prevent friction and ensure smooth, responsive movement. This routine maintenance keeps the system in top condition, ensuring it is always ready to handle whatever the ocean throws its way. Periodic tensioning of the control lines is also critical, as slack in the system can lead to sluggish steering and instability. A well-maintained system is a joy to use, providing reliable and consistent steering that allows the sailor to focus on other tasks. Sailors must remain aware of operational boundaries, such as the requirement for sufficient water speed, generally staying above 2 knots. Understanding these limits is part of being a competent sailor, allowing for safe and efficient operation of the vessel in all conditions. Sailing dead downwind presents unique challenges, as the apparent wind becomes very light, often requiring the sailor to adjust their tactics. By respecting these mechanical requirements and performing regular checks, the Windvane remains a silent, tireless, and entirely autonomous partner. It is a partner that never sleeps, never complains, and never asks for a charge, working only for the wind and the water. Ultimately, mastering this mechanical marvel transforms the experience of long-distance sailing, allowing for peaceful, energy-free travel across the vast seas. It opens up new possibilities for exploration, giving sailors the confidence to tackle longer passages with the knowledge that they have a reliable steering system. With the vane doing the heavy lifting, the sailor is free to focus on navigation, weather monitoring, and enjoying the journey ahead. The ocean is a vast and beautiful place, and with the right tools, it becomes a playground for those who seek adventure and independence. As the boat cuts through the waves, the Windvane continues its quiet mechanical dance, guiding the way toward the next horizon.